Hello and welcome to episode 27 of our Birmingham City career mode. This is going to be a season review and a transfer special as we prepare for life in the Premier League. Now, if you would have watched last episode, you will know that we won the league comfortably in the end, clear of Nottingham Forest by 9 points. It was Southampton, Ipswich, Sheffield United and Stoke in the playoffs. Now, in the last episode, I thought Ipswich went up. That was actually incorrect. It is Southampton who beat Ipswich in the playoff finals to go up back into the Premier League. And to be honest, I know Ipswich were second for a very long time, but I feel as though Southampton deserve it. They have the squad that's capable of maybe surviving for a little bit longer in the Premier League than what Ipswich do. So fully deserved in my opinion. You'd also know that after last episode, we lost in the FA Cup final to Arsenal, a 3-0 defeat. But despite the loss, we have hope going into this season that this is going to be a fun season back in the Premier League. The Carabao Cup was won by Tottenham. They finally won a trophy, beating Newcastle 1-0 in the final. And yet again, Real Madrid win the Champions League. I think that's back-to-back now they've done it. I mean, it's certainly another one to add to their collection if it isn't back-to-back. But yeah, Real Madrid, the team to beat. The Europa League had Club Brugge winning over Fiorentina 3-1. A shame for Fiorentina and David De Gea, but well done on them for making the final. But Club Brugge, I think, would have been in the Champions League and gone down into the Europa League. So that makes sense on that, in my opinion. And then finally, as expected, Chelsea have won the Europa Conference League. In the end, not really a competition. They were the strongest team in it throughout the competition and you know, were probably odds-on favourites to win it. And the EFL Championship team of the season has been announced. Ramsdale in goal, deservedly. We have Cochrane, Hilgers, Bellingham and Stansfield in the lineup, which I think is deserved. Stansfield got the golden boot. I think Ramsdale did get the golden glove in the end. I think he got about something like 14 clean sheets, which Kelleher was probably catching him up, but, you know, joined a little bit too late. So a new season is upon us then, and there's going to be some big changes, the most notable of which will be we are going to be moving into a back three. So if you have any suggestions on centre-backs or anyone who can improve this team, please do let me know down in the comment section below. Also, if you are new, you feel like clicking that subscribe button as well, that would really help me out. We are trying to build a community here. But let's jump into the squad. Who's staying? Who's going? Who's coming in? So I'm going to go through the squad one by one and decide on who's going up for sale, who's going out for loan, who we desperately want to keep. And we're starting with Christophe Clara. He's 26 years old, 76 overall. I feel as though he's earned his chance to be part of this back three, so we are going to keep him. Awata, somebody else who, you know, could quite easily slot into this team. He was someone that we looked at potentially selling last season. I feel as though if the right offer comes in, he could be on his way out, but we're not going to put him up for sale just yet. Sanderson, every time he plays, it's like he's better than a 68 overall, but I don't think he's going to be one of the starting three centre-backs that we have this year. He will be a bench player, but again, if the right offer comes in, then I'm open to selling him. Salah is 18 years old and a 66 overall. We're going to loan him out. He could reach a higher overall and arguably probably should be a higher overall than what he currently is. So we're going to whack him on the loan list. Hopefully a team in League One or the Championship coming for him and he gets some solid game time and returns to us at least a 74. Yokoyama has just returned to us from his loan. He's a 69 overall at 25 years old. We're not going to loan him out, but he probably will be a backup player. Another player where if the right offer comes in, then we will sell. Now, this is a painful one. Alex Cochrane, club captain, was in team of the year, but we're going to put him on the transfer list. And the reason is he is far too good to be sat on the bench not being used. And with us going into a back three, he's just not going to get game time. So we are going to put Cochrane on the transfer list. There might be a few Birmingham City fans that disagree with me for doing that, and it might come and bite me in the arse, but I want him to have a successful career. It's just not going to be at this club in the Premier League when we're playing a back three. Ho is a quality player, and just like Awata, will slot straight into that midfield. Hopefully his injury from last season won't sort of affect the way he plays. We know that it has affected Bielik, but hopefully that won't affect him and we can carry on as we mean to go on. Ogbene is a pacey winger. He's been in the league before. We're going to keep him. But at 29 years old, if the right offer comes in for him, again, he could be up for sale. Jamal Lewis is a 28-year-old left back at 70 overall, just like Cochrane. He's not going to get game time. We bought him in on a free 2 years ago, and we're going to try and sell him for some profit. Jamal Lewis goes on the transfer list. Mark Leonard is a centre mid, centre defensive mid, or centre attacking mid. When Ho got injured, he came in and slotted in well. We're not going to sell him. He's 24 years old. He could be very important to this club. He will be a squad rotational player. Now, this might surprise some people. Ethan Laird, he's a right back at the club, 24 years old. You would imagine, just like I've done with Cochrane and Lewis, he'd be going on the transfer list. But we're actually going to keep Ethan Laird. We're going to try and turn him into a right wing back so that he can play on the right flank as part of our back three. So not as a centre-back, but on that right side. If Ogbene gets injured or if Ogbene is tired, then hopefully Laird can do that. He's shown good attacking play in his time at right-back, so I imagine he'll be able to accept the role of right wing-back fairly easily. Ethan Laird stays. Bielik has not been the same since his injury. At 28 years old, he's not going to be getting better anytime soon. And as painful as it is, Bielik is on the transfer list. Greaves is another player who could quite easily be transformed into a right wing back. You can see already at the top, he can play right back, centre back, left back, right wing. We're going to put him on the loan list. He's 18 years old. We'd love him to come back to us at least to 70 overall. That'd be great. And good luck to him. Hopefully a team in League One, League Two maybe come in for the year-long loan. Gupta is already leaving the club. We arranged that last season. He departs tomorrow. I just haven't clicked advance yet. Freddie Dean returns from loan as a 60 overall striker. He's good when we've played him. He's 18 years old. He's going to go on the loan list again for another season. Hopefully returns to us as a 70 overall, and then we can start to progress him through the senior side. Lewis Beck has already had his transfer agreed. Similarly to Gupta, he'll be off tomorrow. Will Dennis is our backup goalkeeper and will remain our backup goalkeeper unless, again, the right offer comes in. Jackson Clark is still out on loan at Watford. He's now a 70 overall at only 19 years old. Another season in the Championship hopefully should do him the world of good. Will Nicholas remains out on loan to Doncaster. They do have an option to buy him, I think. So, you know, at 17 years old, only a 54 overall, Nicholas might not be coming back to the club. Hilgers is going to be our main centre-back this year and probably our captain if Cochrane and Bielik do leave. He is the future of this football club, along with Jobe Bellingham. He'll be leading the line as part of that midfield five. He'll be the midfield captain if you want to sort of look at it like that. Just one of them will be wearing the armband. So it'll be captain and co-captain or captain and co-captain. Now, Jamie Parra is someone that we bought in on a free. He's 19 years old, a 72 overall. He's a left-footed right winger. We're going to loan him out this season. I don't think he's going to get game time with Ogbene in the squad, and I'd like him to be starting most games. Hopefully a decent Championship side will try and get him on loan, and he can get some decent game time and return to us at least an 80 overall. Taylor is only 23 years old. We're going to be playing a two-striker system up top this year. That two-striker system will probably be our Conte and Stansfield, but Taylor could maybe worm his way into the side. Gallagher, obviously our main keeper, despite that mistake in the FA Cup final. At 27 years old, a 79 overall, he could be crucial to keeping us in the Premier League. With any luck, Jay Stansfield will never leave this football club, at least not whilst I'm in charge. At 23 years old, a 75 overall, he is not for sale no matter the price that comes in for him. He will be leading the line up top this season. And Kwame Poku, the man we bought in January last year, will be crucial figure on that left flank as a left wing back or left inverted wing back, whatever way you want to look at it. Hopefully more attacking than defending, but it will be part of this 3-5-2 formation. Kwame Poku stays. The board want us to avoid relegation this season. They want us to reach the round of 16 stage in the FA Cup, and within 2 seasons in the Premier League, they want us to finish mid-table. They also want within 2 seasons to have at least one player from the youth academy signed in the first season and play at least 30% of the games in the next season. They also want us to sign 2 English players, and within 3 seasons increase our club worth by 75% through player sales and competition prize money. Birmingham desperately want us to stay in the Premier League this year. They've given us a budget of 54.9 million to do so, and hopefully that means we can bring in some big players, mainly centre-backs thinking about it, that will do the job for us. A couple offers in for Freddie Dean, both loan to buy. We're going to negotiate to only be a loan. We've also had a couple people with loan to buys for Leonard. Maybe I forgot to take him off the loan list, but we're going to go ahead and reject both of these. And Stade Rennais have offered us 4.8 million for Bielik. We're going to try and squeeze 7.5 out of them, but with offers coming in this quickly, it looks like Bielik is on his way out of the club. But he won't be going to Stade Rennais because they felt as though it was too high for them. We've had a few offers come in. Monza offering to loan to buy Para. We're going to, again, everyone who we've said we'll loan, we will loan out. But only for loans, not loan to buys. Midtjylland have offered us the maximum amount of money we could get for Jamal Lewis, so we're going to go ahead and accept that. And you already know that Jay Stansfield, this offer, they've offered us 20 million. We're going to go ahead and block offers for Jay. He's not leaving this club. Callum Doyle is a 22-year-old centre-back we've been looking at for a very long time. I'm going to try a sneaky bid of 6.5 million and see if we can bring him in. They won't loan him to us because he's in the last year of his contract, but it could be a fantastic signing for this football club. And welcome to the club, Callum Doyle. 6.9 million in the end with a 15% sell-on clause, 22 years old, and a 76 overall, so the same overall as Clara and 4 years younger. He comes in. We did have to break the wage budget a little bit, offering 50k a week as opposed to Clara on 9k a week. But we do have to go through our squad's contracts anyway. So the game reckons we could have got 5.5 million for him. I don't think I could have negotiated that with Pep. He pushed me for 7.5 and I was lucky to get 6.9. But a win's a win, and he comes straight into the starting lineup. Jamal Lewis does depart the club for 1.3 million. He's done us well, and we've got a profit on him, and wish him all the best. Couple offers in for Bielik. Galatasaray and Stuttgart both offering 5.4 million. Going to try and push him to 6.9 and hopefully get the maximum amount of money for our former captain. We've also had a couple offers in from Premier League teams, one of them being our rivals Wolves. They've offered us 10.8 million for Cochrane. I can't bear the thought of Cochrane being in a Wolves shirt, so we're going to go and reject the offer from Wolves. However, Newcastle United have offered us 9.2 million, and if we can try and squeeze a little bit more money out of them, money bags, then hopefully we can allow Cochrane to do his best work at a decent side. Offers in for Iwata that I'm not even bothering to look at. Unless it breaks the bank, Iwata won't be leaving. I've still forgotten to take Leonard off of the loan list, so going to go ahead and reject both of those because he will be a bench player. And then, again, just accepting the offer for Greaves. I've had another loan offer in from Toulouse. We're accepting the offer from Monza, though. We'll delegate that to just be a 1-year loan from Toulouse. And then Freddie Dean as well. We've also had another offer in from Kasim Passa. And we're going to go ahead and accept that. Freddie Dean joins Cosenza for a year. Hopefully he gets some valuable game time out there. Greaves will be joining Stoke City on loan. They missed out on the playoffs last year, but I think it was a little bit of a fluke. We're happy to cover his wages as long as he gets game time. Stuttgart have offered us the 6.9 million for Bielik, so we are going to go ahead and accept that. Confirmation of Jamie Parra going on loan to Monza for a year. Hopefully he'll get some good game time as well. Newcastle are willing to pay 11.8 million for Alex Cochrane, which is a huge agreement for not only the club but also Alex himself. We're going to go ahead and accept, and hopefully he does well at his new club, just not against us. Galatasaray have offered us 7.1 million for Bielik, so we're going to go ahead and accept that. I don't think there's a way to cancel a transfer once it's been accepted. So he could go to Stuttgart. He's been in communications with them. Ideally, he'd go to Galatasaray. Confirmation then of Alex Cochrane's departure from the club and Christian Bielik's as well at the same time then. Bielik joins Stuttgart for 6.9 million and Cochrane also departs the club to join Premier League side Newcastle United in an £11.8 million deal. Really, really do wish him the best. He's a great, great player. Just doesn't fit into our system anymore. But hopefully he gets some good game time at Newcastle and goes on to have a successful career. And we're going to welcome Toure and Tekene to the senior side as well. They're both hopefully going to get some game time. Squad was looking a little bit thin, and I'm confident that both of these guys can slot into the squad whenever we need them to. I've had a transfer offer from Everton for Ogbene. They're offering us 4.8 million. I am going to negotiate it, but I want at least 8 million for Ogbene to leave this club. I know he's older, but you know, to a fellow Premier League side, if they didn't get relegated, I want at least 8 million. We've also had Coventry offer some money for Yokoyama. I can't see that being a good deal, so I'm just going to go ahead and reject it. But that does bring us to our opening game against Monza, incidentally. So we might be playing against Parra. But it does bring us to our opening game of pre-season. So that's where I'm going to end this episode. If you guys have any suggestions, any players you think I should sign, bearing in mind we're going to be playing a 3-5-2 going forward, please do let me know. Subscribe if you're new. It really does help build this community. Like the video as well if you could. That would really, really help. It boosts the video so that more people see it. And then we could get more people building on this team and on this community. That would be really, really great. I really would appreciate it. Yeah, like I say, guys, let me know. By the time you join me next, it will be probably the start of the Premier League season with a little bit of the transfer window still left to go. So do get your comments in early so that I can scout those players quickly. I've been your boy Jokers, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.